The plane lurched violently through the storm, a metallic scream tearing from its wings as lightning cracked the sky like a vengeful god's whip. Alex Harper, a nurse mid-shift from New York to Seattle, felt his stomach drop, not from the turbulence, but from the guttural choke of the man beside him, whose face had turned the color of ash. In that split-second heartbeat, as passengers screamed and oxygen masks dangled like nooses, Alex's training surged like adrenaline fire. He unbuckled, shoved aside the armrest, and pressed 2 fingers to the stranger's neck, whispering, "Stay with me," even as the world bucked beneath them. The cabin was chaos incarnate. Flight attendants clawed their way down the aisle, their voices slicing through the roar of engines and wind. "Is there a doctor? Anyone medical?" Alex's hand was already pumping the man's chest. 30 compressions, 2 breaths, his mind a razor focus amid the pandemonium. Sweat beaded on his brow, mixing with the recycled air's metallic tang, but he didn't falter. Not when the plane dipped 1,000 feet in seconds, not when a toddler's wail pierced the din like a siren. The stranger's pulse flickered under Alex's palm, weak as a moth's wing, and in that fragile rhythm, Alex poured every ounce of his resolve. He was no hero, just a gay man from a small Ohio town who'd fought tooth and nail to wear this uniform without apology. By the time the captain's voice boomed over the intercom, "We've got medical assistance on the ground. Folks, hang tight." The man gasped back to life, his chest heaving under Alex's steady hands. Blue eyes, striking, stormy, fluttered open, locking onto Alex's with a gratitude that bordered on desperation. "You saved me," the man rasped, voice gravelly from disuse, his hand clutching Alex's wrist like a lifeline. Alex managed a nod, his own heart pounding not just from exertion, but from the raw vulnerability in that gaze. Who was this guy? A businessman, judging by the rumpled suit, mid-40s, maybe, with salt and pepper hair and a jawline that spoke of quiet strength now cracked by fear. As the plane taxied to a halt at Seattle-Tacoma, emergency crews swarmed the jetway. Alex stepped back, wiping his hands on his jeans, the adrenaline crash hitting like a freight train. Paramedics loaded the man onto a stretcher, for lines snaking into his arms, and one of them clapped Alex on the shoulder. "Good work, man. You his family." Alex shook his head, a wry smile tugging his lips. "Just a seatmate with bad luck." But as they wheeled the stranger away, those blue eyes found him again through the crowd, mouthing a silent "thank you" that lingered like an unanswered question. Alex grabbed his duffel from overhead, the weight of it grounding him as he shuffled into the terminal. His shift at Harborview Medical Center started in 4 hours, plenty of time to grab coffee and shake off the near-death vibe. But his phone buzzed, a text from his roommate, Jamie, the bubbly barista who'd become his chosen family in this rainy city. "Heard about the drama on your flight. Hero alert. Drinks later." Alex chuckled, thumbs flying. "Only if you're buying." Nearly became a statistic. He didn't mention the man, though, didn't mention how those eyes had stirred something buried, an echo of faces from a past he'd sealed shut years ago. Harborview was a battlefield on a good day, gunshot wounds from gang skirmishes in the Central District, overdoses from the opioid shadows creeping through Pioneer Square, car crashes on I-5 that left families shattered. Alex thrived in it, his scrubs a second skin, his empathy a shield against the burnout that claimed so many. As a gay nurse in a field still whispering about lifestyle choices behind clipboards, he'd learned to read rooms like vital signs, spot the sideways glances, the hesitant handoffs from straight colleagues who treated him like he might contaminate the charts. That night, as he clocked in, the charge nurse waved him over. "Harper, got a VIP from your flight. Cardiac arrest midair, they say. Want it?" Alex's gut twisted. Of course, the universe had a twisted sense of humor. "Yeah," he said, voice steady. "Lead the way." The curtain bay was dim, monitors beeping a steady rhythm now. The man, John Doe on the chart, hooked to every wire Harborview could muster. Up close, without the plane's fluorescent glare, he looked familiar. Too familiar. Alex's breath caught as he adjusted the fore-drip, those blue eyes cracking open again. "You," the man murmured, a faint smile cracking his pallor. "Knew I'd see you again." Alex forced a professional nod, gloved hands efficient. Alex Harper, RN. Glad you're stable. What happened up there? The man. Wait. The chart said Elias Grant. Winced as he shifted. Heart's been iffy. Stress, docs say. Name's Elias. And you. You're a goddamn miracle. Alex's pulse skipped, not from flattery. Elias. The name hit like a sucker punch, dredging up cornfields and church steeples from a decade ago. No, couldn't be. He finished the assessment in autopilot, charting vitals with mechanical precision. BP 11070, O2 sat 96%, sinus rhythm holding. But his mind raced. Elias Grant. Eli, they'd called him back then, the golden boy who'd vanished after high school, leaving Alex to weather the storm alone. Their parents' golden son, straight as an arrow, or so everyone thought. Alex had come out at 17, a bomb that splintered their conservative Ohio family like fault lines in shale. Eli had stood silent during the screaming matches, the dissonant threats, then packed a bag for college and never looked back. Estranged didn't cover it. It was erasure. As Alex stepped out to update the doc, his hands shook. Coincidence? Fate's cruel joke? He texted Jamie. Flight guy is here. And get this, might be my ghost of Christmas past. Jamie's reply was instant. Shut up. The Eli? Spill when you're off. Alex pocketed the phone, steeling himself. Whatever this was, it stayed professional. But when he returned, Eli was sitting up, eyes searching his face with an intensity that peeled back layers Alex had armored over. Alex Harper, Eli said softly, like testing fragile glass. From Milford? Jesus, it is you. The bass shrank, the beeps fading to white noise. Alex's throat tightened. Yeah, small world, huh? Eli's laugh was weak, bitter, or big regret. I owe you more than my life, kid. Kid, the old nickname, laced with the big brother protectiveness that had once been their bond. Alex turned away, busying himself with the chart. Save the sap. Rest up. I'll check in later. The shift blurred after that. Codes called, stitches sewn. A drag queen from Capitol Hill brought in after a hate-fueled bashing that left Alex's fists clenched under the sink. But Eli lingered like a shadow, his bay a magnet pulling Alex back every hour. By 2 a.m., exhaustion gnawed, but curiosity, and something sharper, unresolved, won. Eli was dozing, face slack in repose, the lines of middle age etching stories Alex hadn't read. What had life carved into him? A wife? Kids? The straight path their parents had mapped? Eli stirred as Alex adjusted the blanket. Can't sleep with you hovering, hero. Alex snorted, pulling up a stool. Blame the jello. What's a guy like you doing on a red-eye? Eli's eyes darkened, gaze drifting to the rain-lashed window. Business. Always business. Divorced now, if you're wondering. No white picket fence. The admission hung, heavy with subtext. Alex probed gently. And the heart? Stress, you said. Eli nodded, fingers tracing a scar on his knuckle, faded, deliberate. Comes and goes. Like old ghosts. They talked then, haltingly, skirting the chasm. Eli spoke of Chicago boardrooms, the climb-up corporate ladders that left him hollow. Alex shared Seattle's grit, the pride parades that felt like home, the underground queer poetry slams where he'd found his voice. Laughter crept in, tentative, when Eli confessed his first Tinder flop. Thought I was suave. Ended up blocking her for catfishing me with her sister's pics. Alex grinned. Amateur. Try grinder. Equal opportunity disasters. Dawn crept in, gray and unforgiving, as Alex's shift ended. Get some real sleep, Eli, he said, standing. Eli caught his sleeve. Alex. About back then. I was a coward. Should have fought for you. The words landed like absolution and accusation intertwined. Alex met his gaze, the old hurt flickering. Yeah, you should have. He walked out, the ER's fluorescent hum swallowing the echo. Jamie was waiting at their Capitol Hill apartment, a pot of coffee brewing like a lifeline. The place was a riot of color, rainbow flags draped over IKEA bookshelves, Jamie's abstract watercolors splashed across walls. A sanctuary Alex had built brick by queer brick. Okay, spill, Jamie demanded, shoving a mug into his hands. Jamie was everything Alex wasn't. Effervescent, unapologetically femme, with a pixie-cut dyed electric blue and tattoos of intertwined vines snaking up his arms. They'd met at a support group for queer youth estranged from family, bonded over shared scars. Alex collapsed onto the couch, the story tumbling out. The plane, the save, the revelation. Jamie's eyes widened comically. Your brother? The one who ghosted? Honey, that's telenovela gold. But seriously, what's the vibe? Hate? Love? Awkward family reunion. Alex sipped the coffee, bitter as his thoughts. All of it. He looked at me like he sees me now. Not the disappointment label mom slapped on. Jamie squeezed his knee. Progress. But protect your heart, babe. Blood's thicker, but it cuts deeper. Sleep evaded Alex that day, the city's relentless drizzle mirroring his turmoil. He wandered Queen and Hill, past Victorian mansions where straight couples strolled with leashed labs, their lives a postcard of normalcy he'd once craved. Why now? Why Eli? Crashing back after 10 years of radio silence. By evening, curiosity dragged him to a vigil in California Anderson Park. Queer elders sharing stories of Stonewall-era raids. Younger activists railing against the latest bathroom bill push in Olympia. Alex stood at the edge, the candlelight flickering on faces fierce with defiance. A reminder, survival wasn't just medical, it was emotional warfare. His phone buzzed mid-vigil. Harborview. Eli's chart updated. Stable for discharge tomorrow. Alex's thumb hovered over the call button, then pocketed it. Not yet. Instead, he met Jamie at Nomo's for open mic, the club's thumping bass a pulse against his ribs. Jamie dragged him on stage for a duet, some folk tune about lost brothers, metaphorical enough to sting. The crowd hooped, a sea of glittering identities, trans poets, lesbian couples swaying, by icons owning the mic. For a moment, Alex felt anchored, the estrangement a distant thunder. But thunder rolled closer that night. A voicemail from an unknown Seattle number. Alex, it's Eli. If you're free tomorrow. Coffee. I need to explain. Properly. The plea in his voice cracked something in Alex, a fissure letting light through the grudge. He texted back, yes. Volunteer Park, 10 a.m. The park was a verdant escape, conservatory glasshouses fogged with tropical steam, paths winding under ancient cedars. Alex arrived early, nursing a latte from the cafe, nerves jangling like loose change. Eli appeared on the dot, casual in chinos and a Henley that hugged his frame, healthier than the hospital pallor suggested. You came, Eli said, relief softening his features. They walked, the crunch of gravel underfoot a metronome to the awkward silence. Eli broke it first, words tumbling like confessions at absolution. After you came out, Dad went nuclear. Called you every name in the book, faggot, abomination. Mom just cried. I froze. Thought if I stayed neutral, it'd blow over. Alex's jaw tightened, memories flooding. The slammed doors, the packed suitcase at dawn. Neutral? You let them ship me to Aunt Clara's like damaged goods. 10 years, Eli. 10 years of holidays alone. Therapy bills, building a life from scratch. Eli stopped, face crumpling. I know. God, I know. I ran to Northwestern, buried myself in frat parties, law school, mergers. Married Sarah because she fit the script. White dress, 2.5 kids. Divorced her when the lie choked me. Alex halted, heart slamming. The lie. Eli met his eyes, unflinching. I'm by, Alex. Always was. But admitting it? In Milford? Would have torched everything. The revelation landed like a plot twist in their shared tragedy. Eli, not the straight savior, but a mirror, cracked and hidden. Alex exhaled, the anger fracturing into something tender, complicated. So what now? Brotherly bonding over brunch. They sat on a bench overlooking the reservoir, ducks paddling lazy circles. Eli spoke of the ex-wife who'd known, the custody battle for their daughter, Lily, 8 now, with Eli's eyes and a curiosity that terrified him. She's asking questions. About family. I don't want her growing up thinking blood means perfection. Alex listened, the nurse in him assessing. Elevated cortisol from years of suppression, somatic echoes in the cardiac scare. But the brother saw the boy who'd shared comic books under blankets, whispered dreams of escaping Ohio's chokehold. As leaves rustled overhead, Alex shared his own scars. The hospital colleague who'd outed him to HR for inappropriate conduct after seeing him kiss a date. The parade float sabotaged by Westboro holdouts. The quiet joy of mentoring queer med students at UW. It's not all storm, Alex said. Seattle's got rainbows in the gutters. Eli nodded, a spark igniting. Hope, perhaps, or the first thread of repair. But repair wasn't linear. That afternoon, as they parted with a tentative hug, awkward, bone deep, Alex's phone lit up. Mom. The number he'd blocked years ago, unblocked on a whim last month. Alexander? It's your mother. Elias called. Said you're in Seattle. We need to talk. The voice was frail, laced with the old Baptist tremor. Alex's grip whitened on the phone. Talk. Now. After everything. Silence stretched. Then, I was wrong. Church said. But God says forgive. Please. He hung up, chest tight, and drove to Jamie's shift at the cafe, Vaughn's, a queer haven with mismatched mugs and chalkboard menus scrawled in glitter pen. Jamie clocked out early, pulling Alex into a corner booth. Mommy dearest? After Eli's bombshell? Universe is serving trauma Sunday. Over chamomile tea, Alex unpacked it. The plea, the timing, the terror of unraveling his hard-won peace. Jamie leaned in, eyes fierce. Boundaries, babe. You're not 17. Set terms, or block again. Night fell heavy, Alex tossing in sheets tangled with doubt. Dreams wove Eli's face with their father's scowl, Mom's tears morphing into Seattle rain. By morning, resolve hardened. He'd meet her, but on his turf. He texted Eli. Mom called. Halfway to freak out. Advice. Eli's reply. Go slow. I'm here. Lily wants to meet her uncle someday. If you'll have her. The meet was set for a neutral zone. Pike Place Market, amid the fishmonger's shouts and lavender stalls. A cacophony drowning private hells. Alex arrived in his favorite flannel, armor soft as resolve, spotting Mom instantly. Graying bun, floral blouse unchanged from 2015. She clutched a purse like a shield, eyes darting until they landed on him. Alexander. The hug was stiff, perfunctory, but her hands trembled. They wandered, buying overpriced scones, the air thick with unspoken shrapnel. Elias told me about the plane, she started, voice small. Said you saved him. My boys. Still looking out. Alex bit back sarcasm. One-way street back then. She nodded, tears welling. The pastor, Reverend Hayes, preached fire and brimstone. I believed it. Feared losing you both to hell. Alex's voice cracked. You lost me anyway. To silence. The confession poured then. Her secret journals, prayers whispered against Dad's snores, the day she'd burned his coming-out letter in the sink. I was scared. Of him. Of God. But grief. After Dad's stroke, seeing Eli struggle. It woke me. Alex absorbed it, the market's bustle a buffer. A street performer juggled flaming torches nearby, metaphor unbidden, and he thought of Eli's hidden flames, his own banked embers. Forgiveness isn't erasure, Alex said finally, as gulls wheeled overhead. It's coexistence, maybe visits, with ground rules. She squeezed his arm, a ghost of maternal warmth. I'd like that. And Elias. He's bringing Lily next month. Family, Alexander. Real this time. The word hung, bittersweet. As she boarded the ferry back to wherever regret had parked her, Alex texted Jamie and Eli. Survived. Shaky truce. Jamie. Proud of you, warrior. Eli. Dinner tonight? My treat. No planes involved. That dinner was at a hole-in-the-wall in Belltown. Dim sum steaming, lanterns casting golden glows. Eli arrived with takeout tales of Lily's latest. She drew a family portrait. Stick figures, but we're all holding hands. Alex laughed, the sound genuine, thawing. Over pork buns, Eli opened up further. The bi-awakening in college, hookups buried under denial. The corporate closet, promotions earned on charisma masking isolation. Coming out to Sarah wrecked us, but freed me. Therapy, pride flags in my office, small rebellions. Alex shared his own rebellions. The drag brunch fundraisers for the Ollie Forney Center, the tattoo on his rib, queer as folk, a talisman against doubt. Their knees brushed under the table, accidental at first, then lingering, a fraternal spark, electric with rediscovery. Not romantic. No, that line stayed sacred. But intimate, the kind of bond prejudice had tried to sever. Weeks blurred into rhythm. Eli's discharge led to weekly check-ins, Alex monitoring his meds with brotherly nagging. Lily's visit was a whirlwind, 8-year-old tornado with pigtails and questions. Uncle Alex, Why do you have boyfriends instead of girlfriends? Alex knelt, honest, because love doesn't pick teams. It picks hearts. She beamed, hugging him fierce, her acceptance a bomb Eli watched with misty eyes. But tension simmered beneath. At work, whispers started. Harper's got a straight bro complex, saving family he hates. A colleague, Mark, closeted himself, projecting hard, cornered Alex in the break room. Bringing personal drama to the floor? Patients notice. Alex fired back. Jealousy's a bad look, Mark. Own your shit. The ER chief mediated, but the sting lingered. Prejudice's hydra heads, multiplying. Worse came from Ohio echoes. Mom's emails turned preachy. Church has a support group for your lifestyle. Healing starts with Jesus. Alex forwarded to Eli. Your influence? Eli called, furious. She's trying, Alex. Cut her slack. Slack? The word ignited old fuses. They met at Alki Beach, waves crashing like arguments unspoken. Slack's what she never gave me. Alex snapped. And you defending her? Still the peacemaker, huh? Eli's face hardened, wind whipping his hair. I'm not defending. I'm surviving. Like you taught me. On that plane, you didn't quit. Don't quit us now. The plea disarmed, raw. Alex deflated, shoulders slumping. Scared, okay? Of losing this again. Eli pulled him into a hug, salt air mingling with tears. Won't happen. Promise. The truce held, fragile as sea glass, until the real storm hit. Lily's school project, family tree, unearthed Dad's old letters, hidden in Eli's attic during the move. One, yellowed. To my sons, forgive your mother. She loves, even if fear blinds. But another, to Alex, come home. We'll pray this away. The discovery cracked open wounds mid-dinner at Eli's Queen and Row House, takeout forgotten. Lily, sensing the shift, retreated to her room with crayons. Dad's sad, she whispered to Alex. He nodded, tucking her in with a story of brave knights. Not straight, not gay, just true. Downstairs, Eli paced, letter clutched like indictment. He tried. After I came out to him, post-divorce. Said he was wrong about you. Died before fixing it. Alex reeled, grief fresh as betrayal. And you knew? All this time. Eli shook his head. Found them last week. Was gonna tell you, after Lily's birthday. The omission burned, trust fracturing. Alex stormed out into the night, rain sluicing down, hailing a cab to Jamie's. It's over, he sobbed into Jamie's shoulder, the story spilling like blood from a fresh cut. Jamie held him through the night, brewing tea and trash-talking ghosts. Family's not DNA, Alex. It's choice. Eli chose wrong once. Give him a redo. Dawn brought clarity, hazy but insistent. Alex showed at Eli's door by noon, Lily answering with a grin. Uncle, draw with me. He did, markers flying. Until Eli joined, eyes red-rimmed, hopeful. I'm sorry, they said in unison, then laughed, the sound a bridge. Over pizza, Lily's pick, they burned the letters in a backyard fire pit, flames devouring dogma. To new scripts, Eli toasted, plastic cup raised. Alex clinked, and no more hiding. Months wove tighter. Eli joined a by men's group at the center, Alex introducing him to Seattle's queer underbelly, fierce fashion shows and soda warehouses, book clubs dissecting Audre Lorde. Mom visited, tentative, bringing pie and questions about that nice Jamie. Progress, inching. But climax brewed in subtlety. Eli's heart faltered again, mid-pride, parade floats thumping, confetti raining like celebration's tears. Alex was blocks away, volunteering at the first aid tent, when the call came. Your brother's en route. Code. The world narrowed to siren wails. Alex commandeering a golf cart through revelers. Harborview's bay was déjà vu. Monitors screaming, teams swarming. Eli's eyes found him through the haze. Knew. You'd come. Alex gripped his hand. Compression's a mantra. Fight, damn it. For Lily. For us. Hours stretched eternal. Defibrillator jolts. AP pushes. The team's grim ballet. Alex prayed. Not to Ohio's God, but to the queer saints of survival. Marcia P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera. A rhythm returned, faint, then strong. Eli stabilized, waking to Alex's vigil, tubes snaking like lifelines. Oh, you twice now, he croaked. Alex smiled, exhausted. Family discount. Recovery was a slow burn. Eli's ICU stay, Alex's double shifts, Jamie's meal trains with Lily's crayon cards. Whispers at work hushed. Mark even apologized, cracking his own closet door. Mom flew in, holding Eli's hand through the night. Whispering amends Alex overheard. I see you both now. Whole. Discharge brought a picnic, golden gardens, kites soaring, Lily chasing waves. Eli proposed therapy, family sessions, unpacking the millstone. Alex agreed, the circle closing not with perfection, but presence. As sun dipped, painting the sound gold, Eli slung an arm around Alex's shoulders. Love you, kid. Always did. Alex leaned in, the weight welcome. Ditto, big bro. Let's keep saving each other. The plane incident faded to anecdote, but its echo lingered, a hook in time, reeling them from estrangement's depths. In Seattle's mosaic of identities, they carved space. Brothers, bi and gay, mending what prejudice tore. Twists had bent them, but not broken. Conflicts forged stronger seams. And in the quiet after, love, familial, fierce, bloomed, unscripted, unbound. The summer heat clung to Seattle like a fever dream, turning the city's emerald veins into steamy haze. Alex Harper wiped sweat from his brow as he jogged the Burke-Gilman Trail, earbuds blasting an indie playlist, Hosier's gravelly baritone crooning about Take Me to Church Redemption that hit too close. 3 months post Eli's second scare, and life hummed with cautious rhythm. Shared custody weekends with Lily, bi-weekly barbecues at Jamie's where Eli grilled veggie skewers with surprising flair. Even Mom's Zoom calls from Ohio, her Bible swapped for rainbow bookmarks. But beneath the mend, fissures lingered. Eli's cardiologist had grounded him. No travel, stress minimal, a leash chafing his executive ego. Desk jobs killing me slower than the ticker. He'd gripe over IPAs at the Pine Box. The Gothic pub's pews a confessional for their evolving brotherhood. Alex would counter with nurse logic, better bored than buried. Yet Eli's eyes, those stormy blues, betrayed restlessness. A man who'd climbed ladders only to find the view hollow. Jamie noticed first, over a late-night shift at Vaughn's. Your bro's got that look, like he's one merger from bolting. Alex paused mid-latte froth, whisk stilled. Nah, he's rooted. Lily's school play next week. He's directing the elves. Jamie arched a brow, blue spikes catching the neon. Roots can transplant, babe. Watch. The warning echoed when Eli pitched his big idea at their next hike up Discovery Park. Towering madronas shedding bark like old skin, the sound glittering below. Remote consulting gig. Pays the bills, lets me breathe. Alex halted mid-stride, backpack straps digging in. Breathe where? Back to Chicago. Eli waved it off, but his grin faltered. Not leaving you, Alex. Or Lily. Just space to heal on my terms. Terms. The words soured, evoking their father's ultimatums, Mom's conditional grace. Alex swallowed retort, lacing boots over roots. Talk to your shrink first. And me. No ghosts this time. Eli nodded, clapping his shoulder, brotherly, solid. But doubt seeded, sprouting in quiet moments. Eli's distracted texts, Lily's offhand, Daddy's sad songs lately. Work amplified the undercurrent. Harborview's ER surged with monsoon mishaps, hikers airlifted from the Olympics, bar fights spilling from Soto dives. Alex thrived in the frenzy, his hands steady on sutures, voice calm amid chaos. But Mark's apology had evolved into alliance. Late-shift coffees where the ex-closeted doc confessed his own family rift, a sister lost to conversion therapy in Texas. You're lucky, Harper. Blood's coming around. Lucky? Alex thought of Eli's potential exodus, the irony bitter as black brew. Pride's afterglow faded into autumn's amber, leaves carpeting Fremont streets like confetti regrets. Lily's play, a whimsical take on A Midsummer Night's Dream, with her as a sassy puck, drew cheers, Eli beaming from the front row, Alex beside him snapping pics. Post-curtain, over cupcakes at the Co-op Theater, Lily tugged Alex's sleeve. Uncle, will you stay forever? Daddy says change is okay, but I like same. Her earnest eyes, miniature of Eli's, pierced. Alex knelt, frosting smeared cheek to hers. Forever's a promise, squirt. But sometimes same needs a little shake. That shake arrived via email. Eli's resignation from the firm, effective immediately. Freelance life starts now, he announced at their traditional Sunday brunch. Kiloquiles at El Camion, the taqueria's murals of Aztec warriors a fitting backdrop. Alex forked salsa-drenched eggs, masking unease. Proud of you. But, where's the office? Eli's fork paused. Home. For now. The for now echoed, a cliffhanger. Jamie cornered him later, amid Vaughn's lunch rush. Hipsters queuing for oat milk matchas. Spill. Eli's itchy feet. Alex sighed, tying an apron. Freelancing. Sounds nomadic. Jamie hip-checked him. Then ground him. Or let fly. And see if he circles back. Sage as always. Jamie's own orbit steady. Dating a poet from the U District. Tattoo sessions etching resilient across his collarbone. Eli's home office manifested as late nights. Laptop glow haunting his row house windows. Alex dropped by unannounced one rainy Tuesday, bearing pho from Bar, broth steaming, herbs fragrant. Lily answered, pigtails damp from puddle jumps. Daddy's on a call. Important grown-up stuff. Alex ruffled her hair, settling at the kitchen island with her homework, multiplication tables illustrated with unicorns. Eli emerged 20 minutes later, tie loosened, apology in his stride. Sorry, client in Tokyo. Time zones are hell. Over soup, talk turned tentative. Eli's pitches landing, but isolation creeping. Missed the watercooler BS. The camaraderie. Alex slurped noodles, probing. Join a co-work space. Queer-friendly ones in Belltown. Eli's eyes lit. Yeah? Like that hackerspace you mentioned? Seeds of connection, perhaps. But prejudice's shadow loomed. Eli's first freelance win, a diversity audit for a tech giant, backfired when the client's board balked at his personal biases after a LinkedIn sleuth unearthed his by pride post. Revise the recommendations, the email read. Omit the inclusive pronouns section. Clients are traditional. Eli showed Alex the thread at their next meet. Volunteer park again. Conservatory's orchids blooming defiant. It's subtle erasure. Like Dad's lectures, but with NDAs. Alex's blood boiled, nurse's advocate flaring. Push back. Or walk. Eli hesitated, jaw set. Lily's tuition. Can't burn bridges. The pragmatism clashed. Alex's fire against Eli's caution, echoes of their youth's divide. You're worth more than their coin, Alex pressed. Eli's hand found his shoulder, grip firm. And you're my compass. Give me time. Time tested them. Mom's next visit coincided with a nor'easter light. Winds howling off the Salish Sea, ferry cancellations stranding her overnight. The row house became bunker. Board games by candlelight, power flicker, Lily's ghost stories eliciting shrieks. Mom, thawed by wine, confessed over Monopoly. Your father. He wrote you letters after you left. Burned them himself. Said it was mercy. Alex's piece hovered mid-board, the revelation a gut punch. Mercy? Or cowardice? She sighed. Banker had asked you. Both. Like me. Eli, overhearing from the kitchen, joined. The three of them, siblings and survivor, unpacking paternal phantoms. He loved us, Eli said softly. Twisted, but true. Mom nodded, tears tracing laugh lines. And I love you. Both ways, all colors. The words, simple, seal the pact. Quarterly visits, no sermons attached. Yet Eli's itch persisted. A headhunter call from San Francisco, Sunny Hills, venture capital buzz. Thinking about it, he admitted during a trail run along Green Lake, breath sinking in autumn chill. Alex pulled up short, laces untied. Thinking? Or plotting escape? Eli winced, hands on knees. Not escape. Opportunity. Lily could thrive there, better schools, queer youth programs like Seattle's, but bigger. Bigger. The word amplified fears, dilution of their rebuilt fragile. Alex's retort sharpened. We thrive here. You, me, Lily, our mosaic. Don't shatter it for bigger. Eli straightened, eyes flashing. It's not shattering. It's growing. You of all people, fought for your space. Let me fight for mine. The run ended in silence, paces diverging. Jamie mediated over drag bingo at Nomos. Bingo cards daubed with glitter, MCs and sequins slaying calls. He's scared of stagnation, Jamie posited, dauber poised. Like you were pre-Seattle. Alex dabbed AB, 12, reluctant. Stagnation or sabotage? Jamie's laugh rang. Loves the saboteur. Messy, but maps the way. The map redrew when Lily fell ill, stomach flu ripping through her class, landing her feverish in Eli's bed. Alex canceled shifts, bunking overnights, cool cloths, ginger ale, stories of magical nurses who mended hearts with spells. Eli watched, gratitude etched. Couldn't do this without you. In the dim lamplight, vulnerability cracked. SF offers tempting because I'm terrified of failing her, of us. Alex sat beside, hand on Eli's. Terror's the teacher. Stay? Build here. Eli nodded, the decision unspoken but sealed in Lily's recovering giggle the next dawn. Winter blanketed Seattle in rare snow, blanking the Space Needle in white filigree. Eli declined SF, channeling energy into a local startup, queer-led app for mental health resources, Alex consulting on trauma modules. Their partnership bloomed. Brainstorming sessions at Elliott Bay Book Company, notes scribbled amid stacks of Audre Lorde and James Baldwin. But conflict crested at the holiday. Mom's first Seattle Christmas, tensions taut as turkey strings. She'd booked a church service. Inclusive now, you'll see, but Eli demurred, Lily in tow for a secular lights tour at the zoo. Alex went solo, pew creaking under him stirring ghosts. The pastor, openly gay, rainbow stole, preached radical grace, but Mom's whispers post-sermon. It's progress, but pray for Eli's choices. Choices. The bispector, ever the easier target. Alex confronted over eggnog at home, Jamie's tree twinkling defiant. Progress. Or pity. Mom flushed. I mean well. Eli interjected, voice steel. Well's not enough. Accept, or it's lip service. The room chilled, Lily's eyes wide over cocoa mug. Mom retreated to her room, suitcase half-packed by morning. Alex found her at dawn, snow-dusted balcony. Don't go like this. She turned, eyes weary. I try, Alexander. But old habits. He hugged her, fierce. Habits break. With practice. She stayed. The days salvaged by sledding and discovery. Lily's squeals a symphony. Eli's arm around Alex's waist in fraternal ease. Spring thawed more than ice. Eli's app launched to acclaim. Features in The Stranger hailing it a beacon for the marginalized. Alex's promotion to ER lead nurse brought cheers. Mark toasting at the staff holiday, late but heartfelt. Jamie's poet boyfriend proposed during a ferry ride to Bainbridge, rings etched with intertwined vines. Yet the plane's shadow resurfaced in subtlety. Eli's annual checkup revealed arrhythmia whispers, meds upped. Routine, he insisted at their beach bonfire, West Point lighthouse flickering, waves lapping secrets. Alex poked the fire, embers mirroring unease. Routine's code for watch. Eli pulled him close, brotherly. I've got my team. You included. The team expanded when Mark came out. Full throttle, pride pin on his white coat. Your family's vibe rubbed off, he joked over beers. Alex grinned. Contagious courage. Summer circled back, heat rising with it. Lily's birthday, pool party at Golden Gardens, cakes iced with rainbows. Eli pulled Alex aside mid-splashes. SF called again. Higher stakes. Alex's heart sank, but he breathed. Your call. But no, we're your stakes too. Eli's eyes held, decision crystallizing. Stakes here win. The choice cemented at Pride's Eve Vigil. Cal Anderson again. Candles a constellation. Eli spoke, voice steady. To brothers found, not lost. Alex echoed, arm linked. Mom, visiting, lit a wick, silent ally now. But twists lingered, life's script unwritten. A client poached Eli's app prototype, lawsuit looming like thunderheads. Stress peaked, heart monitor beeping warnings during a midnight ER dash. Alex on duty, hands steady but soul fraying. Not again, Eli gasped. Alex leaned in. Every time. Because we choose. The suit settled. Amicably, ironies abounding. The poacher, a closeted exec, seeking queer insight post coming out. Eli laughed it off over recovery foe. Universe's punchline. As leaves turned once more, Alex reflected on the plane, that hook yanking them from void. Estrangement's scar faded, supplanted by scars of survival. Deep, but beautiful. Love, in its forms, fraternal, chosen, mended, proved the ultimate defibrillator. Autumn's palette painted Capitol Hill in fiery strokes. Ginkgo leaves carpeting Broadway like a victor's carpet. Alex Harper navigated the throng, commuters hustling to light rail, baristas hawking pumpkin spice sirens, his mind a whirl of case notes and Eli's latest. The app's expansion to Portland, beta tests humming. 6 months into their deepened rhythm, and the brotherhood felt less like reconstruction, more like evolution, branches intertwining, roots delving shared soil. Jamie, ever the weather vane, flagged the shift during a tattoo touch-up at his artist's in the Central District, needles buzzing hymns to ink. You're glowing, babe. Eli's not just bro code, he's soul glue. Alex flexed his forearm, the queerly beloved script fresh under cellophane. Soul glue with strings. Lily's asking about forever family. Makes me twitch. Jamie smirked, mirror reflected. Twitch good. Means you're all in. All in tested limits when mom announced her move. Relocating to a retiree co-op in Tacoma, closer to my boys. The news landed over FaceTime, her face pixel bright. No more flights. Real visits. Alex's enthusiasm tempered. Great, Mom. But, pace it. Eli, looped in, texted, she's serious. Therapy's working miracles. Miracles, Alex pondered, were overrated, grounded grace more precious. Eli's co-op space became their hub, a converted warehouse in Pioneer Square, exposed brick echoing with coder chatter and queer open mics. Alex volunteered med support for events, bandaging stage dives, hydrating ravers, Eli pitching in with app demos. One night, post-poetry slam, a heckler, drunk suit from the financial district, slurred at the mic. This PC crap ruins art. Eli, mid-convo with Alex, surged forward. Art's for everyone, including you, if you'd listen. The shove came swift, heckler to Eli's chest, toppling him into a table. Chaos erupted, bottles shattering, fists flying. Alex dove in, nurse mode, pinning the aggressor with a modified restraint, yelling for security. Eli scrambled up, nose bloodied, but eyes alight. Got your back. Later, in the ER, irony thick, stitches sealing the gash, Alex lectured, heroics are my job. Eli winced, mirror gazing. Felt good. Standing up. The incident rippled. Local news snippet. Queer space brawl highlights tech divide. Eli's app cited as catalyst for confrontation. Backlash brewed online. Trolls decrying woke violence. Supporters rallying with Stand With Eli. Alex monitored Eli's stress levels. BP spikes, sleep fragmented, pushing yoga at the center. Breathe through it. He'd say, Matt's sinking in downward dog. Lily absorbed the drama with Kid Filter. Daddy's a fighter knight. Her drawings evolved. Superheroes in capes of pride flags. Uncle Alex wielding stethoscope swords. But questions deepened. Why do bad people hate colors? Eli fielded over bedtime stories, voice gentle. Fear, sprout. But love paints over. Jamie's engagement party, rooftop at the Sorrento, fairy lights twinkling over Elliott Bay, marked a pivot. Toasts flowed. Poet fiancé's verse on vines entwining. Jamie's quip. Alex, you're next. Eli's got dibs on best man. Laughter masked the pang. Alex single, dates fizzling amid family flux. Eli, catching his eye across the crowd, raised a glass to roots and wings. Later, on the balcony, wind whispering secrets, Eli confided. That fight. Woke something. Tired of consulting. Want to lead, build a foundation for apps like mine. Alex leaned on railing. City lights a constellation. Lead where? Nonprofit. Eli nodded, excitement crackling. Queer tech equity. Funders, mentors. Make space for us. The vision ignited Alex's own. Count me in. Grant writing, volunteer wrangling. Partnership deepened. Late nights at Eli's kitchen table. Lily asleep upstairs, laptops aglow, ideas fermenting like homebrew. Mom's arrival in Tacoma brought domesticity. Sunday dinners at her compact condo, views of the Sound freighted with history. She set a table with linen from Ohio, pot roast simmering, comfort laced with caution. Elias says you're collaborating. Alex nodded, passing peace. Building better worlds. Her smile tentative, proud. But, be careful. World bites back. Eli squeezed her hand. We've got teeth now. Bites came swift. The Foundation's seed grant, from a progressive VC, dried up when the firm's board reassessed priorities, post-election whispers of rollback on equality bills. Eli's call to Alex, voice edged, they ghosted. Said timing's off. Alex paced his apartment, rain pattering. Timing's always off for us. Pivot, crowdfund. Leverage the brawl buzz. Eli laughed, bittersweet. My bloody nose, your silver lining. Crowdfunding launched with a video. Eli, scar faint. Lily doodling logos. Alex narrating mission. Tech for all identities, no exceptions. It viral ed. Shares from Glad. Retweets by Seattle's mayor. Funds trickling, then flooding. But prejudice countered. Anonymous tips to Eli's ex's lawyer, dredging custody mud. Unfit environment, the filing claimed, citing the violent incident. Eli crumbled that night, showing up at Alex's door, 3 a.m., rain-soaked, eyes hollow. They're taking her. Say I'm reckless. Alex pulled him in, towels and tea ritual. Bullshit. We'll fight. Dawn brought lawyers, pro bono from the Center's network, depositions painting Eli's growth, therapy logs, app impact stats, Alex's testimony on family fortitude. Court day loomed like a guillotine, Tacoma courthouse sterile under fluorescent fate. Lily stayed with Jamie, her good luck charm, a unicorn plush. Mom flanked Eli, hand in his. Alex testified first, voice steady. Elias isn't reckless. He's redeemed. A father who models courage. Eli followed, raw. I hid once. Not anymore. Lily deserves that legacy. The judge, a silver-haired lesbian icon, ruled swift. Custody intact, supervised visits for the ex if she sought. Relief crashed like waves. Eli hugging Alex in the hall. Couldn't without you. Mom wept, whispering, my brave boys. The wind fueled the foundation, now Spectrum Forge, office in a Fremont loft, walls papered with donor thank yous. Alex balanced shifts with board meetings, Eli's charisma sealing partnerships. Jamie's wedding, Bainbridge Vineyard, vows Under Arbor, Drew the Clan, Lily Flower Girl, Mom toasting to loves that endure. But endurance tested in whispers. Eli's arrhythmia flared during a pitch, sweats, dizziness mid-slide deck. Alex, shadowing as med support, caught him in the bathroom, pulse racing. Hospital. Now. ER again. Deja vu's cruel encore. Docs diagnosing stress-induced AFib, ablation scheduled. Eli gripped Alex's hand through the haze, scared this time, of leaving unfinished. Alex stayed, vigil unwavering. Unfinished? We're just starting. Post-op, recovery sweet blooming with lilies from Lily. Ironic nod. Eli mended slow, but sure. No more heroics, Alex decreed. Delegate the fire starting. Winter solstice brought Spectrum Forge's gala, Paramount Theater, chandeliers dripping light on tuxed twosome. Alex in velvet, Eli in wool, arms linked. Donors mingled, queer icons like Dan Savage keynoting. A toast, Eli's, to those who save us, on plains and in shadows. Eyes met Alex's, gratitude profound. Yet shadow lingered. Mom's health dip, a fall, hip fracture, pulling Eli east for weeks. Alex held the fort, Lily bunking with Jamie, foundation humming on autopilot. Phone calls bridged, Eli's updates laced with weariness. She's tough. Like us. Alex's replies, hurry back. Miss your bad puns. Return brought reinvigoration. Eli, tempered by elder care, proposed family charter, annual retreats, no drama clauses. Alex laughed, like a queer constitution. Lily illustrated it, crayon clauses on fridge art. Spring's thaw mirrored internal. Mark's transfer to PEDS, crediting Alex's family model for his outness. Jamie's honeymoon pics, Paris canals, vine tattoos synced, sparked Alex's own spark. A date with a paramedic from the airlift team, coffee turning to kisses under cherry blossoms. But the plane's echo resounded in a letter, forwarded from Eli's old Chicago address. Dad's lawyer, estate remnants. A locket for Alex, engraved unconditional, irony's gift. Inside, photo, young Eli and Alex, fishing poles high-fived. Eli watched him open it, eyes soft. He tried late. Alex clasped it, chain cool. Late's better than never. Summer peaked with Lily's camp, outdoors for all, queer inclusive hikes. Drop-off teary, pick-up triumphant. Uncle, We built a fort against dragons. Eli beamed, Alex's heart full. That night, bonfire redux, alky sands, stars pricking velvet sky. To forts Eli toasted, and dragons slain. Life's plot twisted gentle now. Eli's ablation held, app users numbering thousands, stories of lives mended, closets cracked. Alex's paramedic date deepened, walks in Woodland Park, hands intertwined. Mom's co-op thrived, her book club devouring fun home. In the weave, the initial save, that turbulent hook, faded to origin myth, brothers forged in crisis, love's deep current carrying them. Conflicts crested, but crests led to coasts, endless, embracing. The veil of summer lifted, ushering Seattle into September's crisp embrace. Air laced with espresso and impending rain, streets alive with back-to-school buzz. Alex Harper steered his hybrid through University District traffic, radio humming NPR's Queer History Hour, a bomb against the day's docket. Morning rounds, afternoon Spectrum Forge strategy session. Eli's locket thumped against his chest, a talisman now, its weight a reminder of paths paved over pain. Eli, meanwhile, juggled dad duties and director role at the foundation, email volleys with funders, Lily's soccer carpools. Their morning check-in texts had ritualized. Alex's vitals good met Eli's steady. Yours, a shorthand for more than health, emotional barometers in their rebuilt lexicon. Jamie, post-honeymoon glow intact, cornered Alex at Vaughn's pre-shift huddle, apron starched, chalk menus updated to fall specials. Spill on paramedic hottie. Second date. Alex grinned, steaming oat milk. Third. Theo. He's solid. No baggage dump yet. Jamie hooped, hip bump celebratory. Baggage is our love language. But solid? Sign me up for the wedding. Theo embodied that solidity. Broad-shouldered ex-army medic turned flight nurse, with a laugh like gravel under tires and eyes that crinkled genuine. Their dates layered. Hikes in Rattlesnake Ledge, where he'd share deployment tales of treating under fire, Alex countering with ER war stories. You save lives daily, Theo said once, Summit breeze ruffling his buzz cut. I'm just the chopper guy. Alex bumped shoulders. Choppers save too. Teamwork. But teamwork strained when Spectrum Forge hit turbulence. A major donor pulled funding over ideological misalignment, code for balking at the trans-inclusive module. Eli vented at their weekly debrief. Alex's apartment, takeout Thai currying the air. They want diversity light. No pronouns, no intersectionality. Alex scrolled the donor's site on his laptop, jaw tight. Boot them. Authenticity over checks. Eli paced, sock feet thumping rug. Easy for you, steady gig. This is my baby. The my stung, echo of solo climbs, pre-reunion. Alex set down chopsticks. Our baby. I co-signed a mission. Eli halted, regret flashing. Sorry. Pressures. Mounting. They tabled it with a six-pack, binging Schitt's Creek. David and Patrick's Arkham meta-mirror, laughter easing knots. Pressure mounted indeed. Eli's ablation follow-up showed minor scarring, meds tweaked. Manageable, the doc assured, but Alex's nurse radar blipped. Eli's dismissals too quick, energy dips masked by caffeine. Promise you'll flag flares. Alex pressed post-appointment, coffee cart steaming between them. Eli nodded, but his eyes wandered to the sound fairies, distant. Lily's school project amplified domestic stakes, a heritage tree, branches for ancestors, leaves for legacies. She enlisted Alex and Eli for interviews. Uncle, what's your superpower? Alex, seeing hearts, literal and not. Eli, building bridges. Mom contributed via video, her leaf embroidered with Grace Grows. But Dad's absence loomed. Lily's question soft. Where's Grandpa's branch? Eli knelt. Sometimes branches break, but we graft new ones. Grafting tested at Thanksgiving. Mom's co-op hosting. Tables groaning under turkey and tofurkey. Extended family, orbiting. Jamie and spouse. Theo tentative invite. Tensions simmered subtle. Mom's prayer veering preachy. Guide our choices. Eli's fork pausing mid-mash. Alex intervened light. Amend to seconds. Theo, sensing undercurrents, squeezed Alex's knee under tablecloth, anchor steady. Post-feast walks along Ruston Way dissolved sugars and slights. Mom confiding to Alex. Elias seems adrift. He nodded, gulls wheeling. We're all sailing. Winds shift. Her hand on his arm. Hold the helm for him. Promise implicit. Drift clarified in December. Eli's pitch to a national foundation. Virtual, high stakes. Glitched mid-demo. Connection dropping at climax. Backup failed. The exec's faces blanked to black. Eli's recount over beers at the Lock and Keel. Navy vet's haunt turned queer dive. Was laced with self-flagellation. Choked. Like college finals, Dad's shadow. Alex clinked bottles. Shadows pass. Resubmit, better. But Eli's shadow deepened. Late-night emails to old Chicago contacts. Resumes polished. Alex discovered accidentally. Lily's iPad left open. Job alert pinging. Confrontation brewed at their Holiday Lights walk. Gasworks Park. Derelict towers aglow. Job hunting. After everything. Alex's voice pitched over Carol's. Eli deflated against a beam. Contingency. What if Forge folds? Alex's locket burned hot. Folds. Because one pitch tanks? We're contingency. Each other. Eli's eyes glistened. Holiday strings blurring. I know. But Lily. Can't risk instability. The fear, paternal primal, disarmed. Alex pulled him into wool-clad hug. Instability's the risk. Stay the course. Course veered when Theo proposed merging lives. Keys to his Ballard bungalow. If you're game. Alex hesitated, locket thumbed. Game, but Eli's wobbles got me cautious. Theo, ever steady, brewed tea in his galley kitchen. Cautious is smart. But love's not zero-sum. Wisdom landed, Alex accepting. Drawers unpacked, toothbrush beside Theo's, a nesting tentative. New year dawned with resolve. Spectrum Forge's resilience grant. Ironically from the glitchy funder, impressed by the resubmit. Eli's toast at their Auld Lang Syne brunch. Theo's porch, mimosas fizzing. To glitches as growth. Lily clinked juice. Growth spurts hurt, but fun. Winter's grip loosened into Valentine's drizzle. Theo's surprise. Couples massage at a Fremont spa. Oils melting knots. Post-rub down. Steam room confessions. Theo's ex, a deployment casualty. PTSD fracture. You mend without trying. He murmured, towel draped. Alex kissed salt-slick shoulder. Mutual. But mending strained family-wide. Mom's church friend, visiting, dropped concern over coffee. Elias's lifestyle influencing Lily? Mom defended fierce. My son's life is his grace. Report relayed. Eli's pride swelled. She slayed. Alex, grace evolves. Spring equinox brought bloom. Lily's soccer championship. Mud-splattered triumph. Goalie's glove high-fiving Alex's post-game hug. Eli, sidelines hoarse, confessed, seeing her. Grounds me. No more resumes. Alex grinned. Turf under cleats. Grounded good. Ground tested in May. A Forge partner, non-binary coder, faced doxing after a panel on AI bias. Threats flooded. Slurs, addresses leaked. Eli activated crisis mode. Legal, security. Alex triaging the coder's panic attack in the loft bathroom. Breathe with me. He coached, palm to back. Eli watched, helpless. This is why we fight. The leak traced to an ex-employee, disgruntled straight ally turned foe. Lawsuit loomed, but solidarity surged. Vigils at the center, op-eds in crosscut. Theo, off-duty, patrolled the coder's block, protector mode. Teams got layers. He quipped later, Alex's head on his chest. Summer Solstice Gala Redux. Larger, bolder, featured Lily's art installation. Bridge leaves, sculptures of welded metal and glass, symbolizing graphs. Donors gasped. Eli teared. Backstage, he hugged Alex. Your influence, seeing hearts. Alex, ours. Yet Solstice shadowed. Eli's checkup, scar tissue stable, but new murmur. Monitor, Doc said. Alex's vigilance amped. No heroics. Delegate. Eli saluted mock. Aye, Captain. Captaincy shifted when Theo's unit called. Disaster deploy to hurricane-ravaged Gulf. 2 months. Go. Alex urged, packing his go-bag. World needs you. Loneliness loomed, but Eli filled voids. Movie nights with Lily, Forge brainstorming over barbecues. Theo's absence echoed in quieter beats. Empty side of bed, texts from flood zones. Alex leaned on the locket. Eli's visits. He's tough. Like us. Return brought reunion, airport dash, arms crushing, stories swapped over diner fries. Fall foliage framed Forge's milestone. 10,000 users. Impact report lauding, lives linked. Celebration at the Space Needle. Rotating views, champagne toasts. Eli's speech. From plain panic to purpose, gratitude to saviors. Eyes on Alex, unspoken. But purpose pricked. Mom's diagnosis. Early Parkinson's, tremor in her script. Manageable, she echoed docs. Eli flew east, Alex following weekend. Hospital vigil in Cleveland Clinic. Irony of medical hubs. Hands clasped across generations. We'll manage together, Alex vowed. Together extended. Theo proposing formal. Rings simple. Inscription steady as flight. Alex yes-ed under autumn moon. Eli best man designated. Lily, Aunt Theo. Winter's hush brought wedding. Intimate. Jamie's vineyard off-season. Vows snow-dusted. Mom walked Alex, steadying mutual. Eli's toast. To loves that land safe. The plains hook, now legend, underscored. Survival's not solitary. In Seattle's symphony, rains, rainbows, rhythms, brothers, families forged, danced on. October's chill nipped at Seattle's heels, transforming the city's pulse into a symphony of crunching leaves and steaming cider stands. Alex Harper navigated the familiar chaos of Harborview's ER with seasoned grace. Triage beeping, a barista's latte burn treated alongside a cyclist's fractured wrist from the I-90 bridge. His ring, Theo's steady silver, caught the light, a quiet talisman amid the frenzy. Married life, 3 months in, wove seamless, shared shifts when rotations aligned. Theo's post-deploy stories seasoning dinner debates on Queer Lit. Eli Grant, meanwhile, steered Spectrum Forge through expansion squalls, a partnership with Portland's tech collective teetering on contract clauses. His office loft buzzed, whiteboards scrawled with user flowcharts, interns, mostly trans and non-binary, brainstorming over cold brew. Lily, now 9, commandeered a corner desk for junior director duties, color-coding donor files with gel pens. Daddy, Uncle Alex says colors heal, she'd declare, magenta for mega impact. Family dinners at the row house ritualized updates. Mom, relocated fully, contributed to Coma gossip and her evolving knit projects, scarves in by pride stripes for Forge swag. Jamie and spouse hosted alternates, their Belltown brownstone a gallery of wedding photos and vine tattoo tributes. Theo fit like a puzzle piece, his dry humor disarming Mom's initial reserve. Ma'am, Army taught me folding fitted sheets. Queer marriage? That's advanced origami. But undercurrents stirred. Eli's murmur check yielded a beta blocker bump, side effects fogging focus, dizzy spells mid-meetings. It's fine, he'd wave off Alex's texts. Not crashing any planes. Alex, ever vigilant, scheduled a consult, humors your dodge. Urologist next. Eli relented, exam confirming vasovagal tweaks, lifestyle pivot, meditation apps, no caffeine afternoon. Pivot pressed when Forge's Portland link soured, and ex-sex values clash, over including asexual resources. Niche dilutes brand, the email sneered. Eli's vent call to Alex, post-bedtime Lily Tuck. Brand? We're a lifeline, not a logo. Alex, scrubbing in for a night shift, phone wedged shoulder, counter with data, ace users retention stats. Or cut bait. Eli sighed, static crackling. Bait's the game. Tired of playing. Tiredness echoed in Jamie's check-in. Over pumpkin carving at Vaughn's backroom, knives whittling jack-o'-lantern leers. Eli's glow dimmed. Burnout. Alex scraped seeds, innards pulpy. Murmur meds, plus mission creep. He's Atlas ing. Jamie's knife paused, eyes keen. Offload. You're his Atlas too, don't shoulder solo. Wisdom as ever. Atlas lightened at Halloween's Forge fundraiser. Costco warehouse transformed into tech or treat. Booths dispensing code tricks and candy algorithms. Eli donned a binary cape, ones and zeros sequined. Alex as Dr. Debug, stethoscope swapped for screwdriver prop. Lily, which had askew, hawked potion mocktails. Mom volunteered face paint, rainbow runes on cheeks, her tremor steadied by purpose. Theo, in medic fatigues, triaged wounds from foam swords. Laughter boomed. Funds swelled. $50K toward ACE initiatives. Post-party unwind at Alki. Boardwalk bonfire. Waves hissing secrets. Eli confided. Tonight? Felt alive. Not just surviving. Alex poked embers. Sparks ascending. Alive's the goal. Lean in. Theo, arm around Alex, added. We've got your wingman detail. Wingmen mobilized when Mom's Parkinson's progressed. Balance wobbles necessitating a walker. Independence fraying. Eli's eastbound flights multiplied. Alex tagging for med consults. Cleveland's autumn ablaze. Clinic waiting rooms a limbo of crosswords and worry. Symptom management, neurologists assured. Prescribing PT and dopamine agonists. Mom, pragmatic, won't slow my knitting. Scarves for the troops. Her quip masked fear. Alex saw it in grip white knuckles. Return flights heavy. Eli debriefed over Theo's Ballard barbecue. Ribs smoking, Lily chasing fireflies in dusk. She's declining. What if? Alex flipped burgers, voice even. What ifs are thieves? We're her net. Eli nodded, but eyes shadowed. Paternal echo, fearing Lily's future orphaned. Thieves struck subtler. Mark's promotion to chief resident brought back-channel digs. Harper's nepotism via his by bros connections. Alex confronted in the locker room, scrubs half-donned. Nepotism? Or merit? Mark flushed. Rumors. Ignore. But ignoring festered. Alex's evals dipped. A supervisor's note on personal distractions. Distractions crested Thanksgiving redux. Mom's co-op. Tables extended for Forge allies. Turkey carved. Toasts raised. But Mark's invite, colleague courtesy, soured the pie. Sidelong glances at Eli's pride pin. Quips veiled as jokes. By means buy one get one? Eli's laugh strained. Alex's fork bent tine. Post-meal, balcony exile. Call him out, Alex urged. Eli exhaled frost. Outcasts capital. Pick battles. Battles picked themselves in December. A Forge hack. User data skimmed. Queer teens coming out journals exposed. Panic hotline lit. Suicide risks spiking. Eli activated breach protocol. Alex moonlighting crisis lines from home. Theo deploying drone tech for digital forensics. Nights blurred. Coffee IVs. Lily's school play lines rehearsed amid code scrambles. Culprit traced. A rival startup. Inspired by leaks. Cease and desist flew. Media storm brewed. King 5 interview. Eli's face grave. Privacy's sacred. We're fortifying. Backlash twisted. Trolls claiming drama queens. Donors wavering. Alex, post-shift, found Eli in the loft bathroom. Dry heave over sink. It's crumbling, Eli rasped. Alex steadied. Cool cloth. Crumble to rebuild. Like us. Rebuild rallied. Community beta test for security patches. User testimonials flooding. You saved my story. Funds rebounded. Hackers sued to oblivion. New Year's Eve at the Needle. Fireworks bursting. Lily's whoops. Eli's resolution. Boundaries. No more Atlas. Alex, group hug on that. Resolution rippled into January. Mom's PT group. Queer elders in Tacoma, sharing tremor tales. She thrived, Walker festooned with pride beads. Eli delegated Forge ops to interns, reclaiming dad time. Sledding at Hayek, Cocoa mustache selfies. Theo's unit recall loomed. Training stint in Hawaii, month-long. Surf's up, he joked, packing board shorts. Alex masked ache. Bring me a lay. Airport goodbye lingered. Kiss salt tanged. Promise pending. Absence amplified joys. Alex and Eli's bro moons. Camping in the Cascades. Tint talks under stars. Remember Milford Forts? Eli mused. Fire crackling. Alex, cardboard versus cosmos. Upgrade. Laughter echoed. Locket glinting. Theo's return. Lay draped. Tan-lined. Sparked renewal. Vow refresh at Golden Gardens. Barefoot on sand. Lily scattering petals. Jamie emceed. Mom officiating with shaky but sure hands. Spring's surge brought Forge's TEDx slot. Eli on stage, slides pulsing. From estranged to empowered, tech's role in queer resilience. Applause thundered, Alex front row teary. Backstage, nailed it. Eli, we nailed. Nails hammered home in summer. Lily's preteen pivot. First crush, a classmate's poem folded in backpack. Is it okay if? Girl. Eli hugged. Love's okay, period. Alex added, poetry's the best start. But summer scorched with Eli's flare, dehydration from a Forge retreat hike, collapse mid-trail. Alex helicoptered in, Theo's old unit, irony, 4 fluids in meadow medevac. Pushing too hard, Alex chided, chopper whirring. Eli pale, habit, breaking it. Break solidified post-incident, sabbatical planned. Eli and Lily to Ohio kin, roots revisited. Alex waved them off at Seattle-Tacoma, Theo's hand in his. Family calls. Answer. Calls answered bountiful. Mom's stability, kin reconciliations, cousins queer and questioning, bridges built. Return tales over Labor Day lobster. Ohio's thawing. Slowly. Fall's harvest reaped Forge's book deal. Eli co-authoring with Alex. Chapters on healing hooks. Signing party at Elliott Bay. Hughes snaking, Lily autographing end papers. Winter whispered closure. Dad's locket rest-strung as bracelet, shared with Eli, twin talismans. New Year's bonfire. Alki again, resolutions round. Theo's deeper dives. Jamie's vine expansions. Mom's steady steps. Lily's crush conquests. The plane's legacy? A launch pad, propelling through storms to sun. In Seattle's eternal drizzle, Diamond, defiant. Love's narrative unfolded. Twists tamed, characters carved whole. November's gray veil draped Seattle like a contemplative shawl, the city's arteries, paved in perpetual patina, pumping with holiday prelude fervor. Alex Harper Taylor, hyphenated fresh from Theo's whim, maneuvered the ER's holiday haze, tinsel-tangled 4 poles, a secret Santa whisper amid suture kits. His bracelet, Dad's locket reforged, jingled softly, a chime against the beeps, syncing with Theo's ring in marital Morse. Eli Grant's world word parallel, Spectrum Forge's year-end audit gleaming. User base cresting 50K, impact metrics a mosaic of mended lives. Lily, 10 now and towering, helmed youth advisory. Her campaigns for neurodiverse coders earning junior innovator nods. Dinners devolved to strategy sessions. Mom piping in via video from her co-ops, Golden Girls Circle, Knits now funding microgrants. Jamie's gallery opening, spouse's verse bound in leather, vines embossed, drew the tribe. Forge allies toasting, Lily critiquing couplets. Uncle Alex, poetry's like code, bugs and beauty. Alex ruffled her bob. Decode wisely, sprout. Wisdom waned when Eli's sabbatical glow faded. Ohio's chill seeping into Seattle's damp, restlessness resurfacing. Forge feels. Corporate now. He confessed over Yuletide yakitori at Katsu Burger, skewers steaming. Alex paused mid-bite. Corporate? Or just big? Eli shrugged, sauce dripped. Big scares. Like Dad's shadow, expecting fall. Fall averted, but flutters persisted. Eli's next echo showed atrial enlargement, ablation revisit tabled. Watch and wait, cardiologist counseled. Alex, dual role enforcer, scripted a wellness pact. Weekly wellness walks, no skip therapy. Pact's pinky swear level. Theo quipped, signing as witness over wine. Pinky swears strained at Christmas. Mom's co-op bash, tree trimmed in heirloom ornaments. Ohio baubles beside Seattle snowflakes. Gifts unwrapped. Eli's custom keyboard, queer keys, literally. Alex's leather-bound journal, for heart notes. But Mom's tremor worsened. Fork faltering mid-pudding, prompting a quiet huddle. In homemade. Eli suggested. She bristled. Independent, remember? Compromise. Trial PT aid, pride intact. Independence illusion shattered in January. A slip on co-op stairs, wrist fractured, concussion light. Eli's dash to Tacoma. Alex covering Lily. Yielded teary triage. Pushing too hard. Mom echoed Eli's mantra. Alex arrived post-shift. Theo ferrying. Irony. Nurses nursing. Mom. Casted and contrite. Time to lean. On you all. Lean they did. Forge board approving family leave for Eli. Alex juggling shifts with co-op overnights. Jamie organized care carousel, rotating visits, spouse baking empathy empanadas. Lily wrote, get well grams, crayon cures delivered daily. Carousel spun into February. Theo's promotion, chief flight nurse, demanding cross-state trainings. Wings clipped less. He joked, but absences ached. Bed half empty. Text timestamped midnight. Alex confided in Eli during a rare bro night. Darts at shorties, neon flickering. Marriages marathon. Pacing. Eli bullseyed. Pace with pit stops. We're your crew. Crew crucial when Forge faced federal scrutiny. IRS audit on advocacy versus charity. Lines. Queer focus flagged as political. Accountants swarmed the loft. Files Fort Knoxed. Eli's stress spiked. Murmur muttering. Landing him in urgent care. Alex on call. Breathe, idiot. It's paperwork. Discharge decree. Mandatory vacui. Vacui veered to Hawaii. Theo's unit perk. All invite. Palm-fringed beaches. Luau's laughing. Lily snorkeling turtles. Mom. Wrist mending. Joined via stream. Aloha from afar. Eli dove deepest. Literally scuba certified. Emerging buoyant. Water washes worries. Alex, sunscreen slathered. Worries waterproof. But yeah, reset. Reset rippled back. Audit cleared. Educational, exemption stamped. Eli delegated Boulder. Interns leading modules. His role visionary. March's Women's History Month panel. Eli ally keynote. Feminism's queer kin. Applause. Aftermath afterglow. Drinks at the Wildrose. Lily's mocktail cheers. Kinship tested in April. Lily's school dance. First formal. Crush confessed as maybe bi, like daddy. Eli's dad heart swelled, but anxiety nipped. Safe space. Alex assured. Chaperones queer trained. Go glam. The send-off. Lily in thrift store tux. Boutonniere rainbow. Mirrored Eli's youth. Unlived. Proud. He whispered, camera clicking. Glam extended to Forge's spring gala. Macaw Hall. Chandeliers cascading. Alex emceed. Theo tux sharp. Eli presented Lily's Youth Impact Award. Mom. Kane confident. Network donors. My grandbaby's vision. Whispers of expansion. National chapters. Buzzed. Expansion excited until ethics snag. A funder demanding de-queer the branding for broader appeal. Eli's rejection email. Polite fire. Our queer is the appeal. Fallout. Bridge burned. But bridges built elsewhere. Grassroots surges. Small biz backers. May's murmur check. Stable. Beta blockers halved. Eli's toast at family brunch. Theo's balcony. Mimosas. To unburned bridges. Lily. And dance crushes. Crushes bloomed for Alex, too. Mentoring a trans intern at Harborview. Her transition navigation echoing his youth. Your compass, she said. Alex, we all are. June's pride crescendo. Forge float. Drag queens coding on stilts. Lily MCNG chants. Eli marched beside. Sign. By visibility. Always on. Alex and Theo locked arms. Mom waving from sidelines. Cane a scepter. Crescendo crested in July. Mom's milestone. 5 years post-diagnosis. Tremor tamed by tech glove prototype. Forge collab. Party at the co-op. Balloons buoyant. Cake layered. Eli's speech. Grace in motion. Tears. Toasts. Tango lessons post-plate. Mom leading. Motion propelled August. Theo's sabbatical. Joint with Alex. Road trip down 101. Crater Lakes. Redwood whispers. Eli house sat with Lily. Daily dispatches. Sprout conquered climbing wall. Return recharged. Forge's coastal chapter launch in Cali. Eli keynoting. Alex remote med. September's syllabus brought Lily's middle school jitters. Lockers. Lunch tables. Identity interrogations. What if they ask about us? Eli coached. Truth. Tailored. Alex added. Or deflection with dad jokes. Jitters Jared when a classmate's parent petitioned. No queer clubs. Echoing Ohio ghosts. Eli testified at school board. Voice velvet steel. Clubs build, not break. Win narrow, but won. Club chartered. Lily president-elect. October's harvest. Forge book launch. Hooks to horizons. Signing lines at third-place books. Alex's forward read aloud. From turbulence to triumph. Eli hugged post-reading. Co-author, co-conspirator. Conspiracies quelled in November. Eli's echo pristine. Maintenance mode. Holiday lights strung early. Cap Hill progressive. December's solstice circle. Bonfire at Discovery. Stars scripting futures. Theo's arm around Alex. Eli's lily lap. Mom's story spun. Resolutions round. Expansions ethical. Loves deepened, legacies leafed. The plane's propulsion, a decade distilled, lingered light, hooked to horizon, estrangement eclipsed by embrace. In America's Northwest tapestry, threaded resilient, characters culminated, whole, woven, winging on.